Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Onslow County where an arrest has been made after a pregnant woman was assaulted. 21-year-old Braylon Anderson was arrested by Onslow County deputies this morning. Warrants say that Anderson shoved the woman to the ground and strangled her. Now warrants go on to say that the woman is currently 4 weeks pregnant. He's been charged with assault by strangulation, crime of domestic violence, and battery of an unborn child. Anderson was taken to the Onslow County Jail without bond, where he's under a domestic violence hold. Court records show that he's expected to be in court in March. And now we want to highlight the ongoing nationwide manhunt for the potential abductor of Nancy Guthrie, Savannah Guthrie's mother. NBC's Liz Kreutz has more from Arizona.
Late yesterday, investigators swarming Nancy Guthrie's home in a renewed search for clues in the disappearance of Savannah's mom. The multi-agency team, including FBI agents, sheriff's deputies, and a Border Patrol canine unit, entering the property behind new yellow crime scene tape. It's the first time we've seen this type of activity since the 84-year-old went missing early this week. And overnight, Savannah and her siblings, Annie and Cameron, releasing that heart-wrenching video. Two people briefed on the investigation say the FBI special agent in charge was seen at a Guthrie family home where it's believed the video was recorded. NBC News is also aware of multiple reports of ransom notes sent to news organizations. No law enforcement agency has substantiated them, but they are being investigated. NBC News has not seen the notes.
A white female, 84 years of age, 5'2" medium build.
Now, 5 days after this police dispatch call that started the search for Savannah's mom, authorities are also looking into what appears to be blood found outside the home, according to two senior officials briefed on the investigation. Those officials also say Guthrie's pacemaker appears to have disconnected from its monitoring app in the early morning hours on Sunday, the day she was reported missing. President Trump reaching out to Savannah on the phone Wednesday and later posting, "I am directing all federal law enforcement to be at the family's and local law enforcement's complete disposal immediately. We are deploying all resources to get her mother home safely." In Tucson last night, a prayer service organized by some of Savannah's longtime friends. Shelly Shamrell and Savannah bonded 30 years ago while working at Tucson's local NBC station, and she says Nancy became like a second mom to her.
She is just the most loving, kind, warm, smart person who is so revered in this community.
A family, a community, and the entire nation now praying for Nancy Guthrie's safe return.
And again, that was Liz Kreutz reporting. We now turn to your weather forecast. It's looking cold outside right now, but air temperature is currently sitting at about 32 degrees. Some areas 30, 31, others 32, 33, 34. Let's take a look at what the radar is showing, though. Most of the moisture is off the coast. We do have a few more pockets of moisture left to go, and right now, radar is indicating that those small little pockets are actually putting down some snowflakes, some sleet, and potentially even some freezing rain. Let's zoom the picture in a little bit closer onto eastern North Carolina. And again, right now, parts of Wayne, Duplin, Sampson, Lenoir, northern Onslow, Jones County, Pitt, Beaufort, again, Greene County, seeing some light snowflakes currently coming down. Let's zoom it in a little bit closer onto Duplin County, where we're seeing the most moisture come down right now. It's certainly not going to be delivering us the type of snow that we had this past weekend, but a few flakes falling from the sky, again, is a cool sight to see. Air temperatures, though, not going to be keeping those snowflakes around for very long. Right now, again, we do have some light flakes rolling across parts of central Pitt County, all the way down south of Winterville, kind of near the Ayden area. But let's take a look at what we've got coming up for this afternoon. And those raindrops, snowflakes, or sleet stones are going to be departing pretty quickly as we make our way through the morning. By 2 o'clock, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies, but cloud cover will gradually diminish as we head through tonight into tomorrow morning. It's going to leave us with a very sunny Friday, but it's going to be a cold start. Overnight lows drifting all the way back down into the low 20s. But then on Friday, we could end up with perhaps maybe a quick little shower or two. Air temperatures by the time those drops arrive will be well above freezing, so no real danger in terms of icing or freezing with those drops. Everything, again, is going to get back to normal as we head into next week. The cold air will be departing as the jet stream moves further and further northward. For right now, though, air temperatures, again, like I mentioned earlier, kind of sitting around the freezing point. Some areas a little bit cooler, other areas right on it, other areas a little bit warmer, but we're going to continue to warm up through today. So again, the danger of freezing rain continues to diminish, as does that threat of some accumulated snowflakes. Obviously, your feels like temperature is way colder than that. In fact, right now it feels like 12 degrees in Kenansville. You got to note that snowflakes, raindrops, freezing rain, sleet, doesn't care what it feels like outside to us. They go by the air temperature and the air temperature alone. So you may be seeing this and saying, well, why isn't the snow going to stick if it feels like 12 outside? Well, right now, that's showing up with a 67-mile-per-hour breeze at the ASOS station in Kenansville. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that that is a faulty reading, mostly due to surrounding areas not seeing any sort of a breeze anywhere close to that. We've got an 8-mile-per-hour breeze in Goldsboro, 9 in Kinston, 13 in Jacksonville, and then 67 in Kenansville. Yeah, I don't think that checks out. Certainly, I do not think that checks out. Anyways, if you're in Kenansville and you're getting blown around, well, now you know just how fast those winds are going, but I think we're more likely looking at around 10 to 15 mile per hour wind in Kenansville right now. Anyways, let's move on. Let's get that area of low pressure off the coast. That'll be happening through the day today, giving way to, again, sunnier skies for your Friday. Cloud cover will roll in Friday afternoon, Friday evening as raindrops push away across the east. We'll get a few fronts moving through. That will knock air temperatures down a little bit more as we make our way into Saturday, potentially even Sunday, but still likely looking warmer than where we were earlier this week. Going to be back likely in the upper 30s for both Saturday and Sunday thanks to that double frontal passage. And then we're into the low 50s on Monday, upper 50s on Tuesday, low 60s expected as we head towards Wednesday and Thursday of next week. So if you're a fan of the winter, soak up the last couple days of these cold temperatures, because coming up next week we are going to be back to average, and by the time we reach Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to be back above our seasonal average. Well, that's all we have time for today's 9 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic Thursday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by ENC Pirate Realty.